Wow. Fabio Wardley, Frazer Clarke, take a goddamn bow. That was just war from the start. They just went for it. After a few rounds, boxing technicality and sweet science went completely out of the window, and they just swung for it and swung for it and swung for it. Hats off to both of them. I think a draw was a fair result there because I was struggling. There were rounds I was struggling to just pick who was winning those. Some rounds you could give to Clarke. Some rounds you could give to Wardley. You had to give the knockdown round and maybe the point off. But there was rounds where I thought Frazer was getting in there. He was winning it. He was only a matter of time before he got Wardley out of there. But Fabio Wardley, man, he's got what a heart that man has. He had perhaps a busted nose, blood everywhere on his nose and his round his face, and he just kept swinging back and swinging back and swinging back. The man just deserves all the credit in the world because he's just got the heart of a lion. He just won't quit. You literally would have to knock him out to beat him. But Frazer Clarke, man, I've been to anyone I know and people I talk to in the boxing world. I've been critical of Frazer Clarke because I thought he hasn't had the right matchups. I thought Boxer and Ben Shalom haven't done a good job with him. They haven't given him the right fights. But this fight now will gain him some fans, and it gains a fan in me because that was a man who just wanted it. He wanted it. He wanted to silence all the people like me down and prove that he is legit. I mean, this is an Olympic bronze medalist. This is a guy who's had multiple amateur career, and hasn't had the best start to his pro career. But tonight, people are gonna want to see him fight again. That fight will make people. That's the first fight people will remember you for. They'll come to him and say they'll remember the Wardley fight. But then the same thing with Wardley as well. They'll say the same thing to him. Oh man, I thought when Wardley had him down, I was interested. I was wanting to see how Clarke would respond because I've seen Fabio put it on people and then finish them, and he looked like I was wondering, is Frazer now gonna wilt? Is this it? Is he gonna just wilt when he first gets hit and all that? But my God, he didn't. He battled back. He battled back. He won some rounds. He has a great uppercut. He has a really, really connecting uppercut. He'll put people down with that punch. Lesser chin people than Wardley, but they earned their medal tonight. That was a proper, just heavyweight fight at the O2 Arena. Not always about the O2 Arena, but it just produces those great heavyweight fights. It's just got that vibe to it. And I've been in that arena. I was there for Joshua White, and it was the same vibe. But oh my word, I mean, they have to do a rematch. They absolutely have to, because Clarke will want the British title. He'll believe he won. If Wardley needs to, they both need to do it again. Who else is there for them to fight? Who else is they both need each other. Wardley's already beaten other guys. Who really is there for both of them to fight? I can't think right now, but I'd have to look again. But they have to. If they do a rematch, I'm going to that rematch. I don't care what I've got to do. I don't care what my schedule would be. If I've booked anything beforehand, I would cancel it to see those two do it again. And I think the fact that it sold 10,000 tickets, I imagine it sold more. You do that again, and I bet you it's close to a sellout. And maybe stack the undercard a little bit bigger and all that. I'm not always the biggest fan of Boxer and Ben Shalom in terms of what they've done with their cards and their main events, but to be fair, with this main event, they hit it out of the park, and credit to them, they did it, and obviously this will be talked about in Sky Sports News tomorrow. They'll talk about it because the football was pretty shit, 0-0. They advertised that for weeks. This was really the value for money. This was the value for money and put the football to shame. I hope those Man United, Man City, and Arsenal were watching that and thinking that's what we should have done today to entertain the people. But if I'd gone there tonight off the back watching that football, I'm like, bring me boxing every week if that's the result. But it's the kind of fight that if you want to try and get people, if you're trying to get someone into boxing, it's one of those fights I would show people. It's one of those fights I would show people, or just to say, right, here's a fight, watch this, and tell me you're not into the sport after this. But they like bravo to you two. You gave one hell of a fight, and you both came back and threw bombs multiple times. Um, Again, what more can I say? Rematch is needed. Rematch is needed ASAP. I don't want to see them with any other two fighters other than themselves. Um, well, what more can I say? It was just a brilliant fight, and they just threw hell for leather, and they deserve every credit they get. And I mean, God, they've gone to see it themselves checked out. I feel for they're gonna need some headache pills tomorrow. Um, but yeah, do it again, please. Don't mess around, Ben. Do not start looking in different directions. You know, I've got my opinion of Ben Shalom. If he'll prove me wrong if he does this again, but we need to do it again. You've got no excuses. Wardley's a free agent. You know, he's not tied to anybody. A rematch ASAP. Within a few weeks. I want to hear the news. They've agreed to a rematch, and there you go. But great main event. Not bad for an Easter Sunday, I'll tell you. Um, this is why people like me love the sport of boxing. It's just they give you come away from that and thinking I got value for money. The whole card was okay. Some fights were okay. Some more a bit less. But this one, wow. This is why we love the heavyweight division, because the heavyweight division can just give you that. Other divisions give you it, but the heavyweight division, there's a reason it's the best division in the sport, and it's the reason that we come to watch it. But that's all I have to say. Great fight, rematch, ASAP. See ya.